watch and play, and also a lot of good that happens because of it. Now, if you have a morning tee time, some spots could be okay.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to see some of these rain chances move in, depending on where you are. And yeah, we are definitely going to see more of these showers and storms make their way over the state, going throughout the morning into the afternoon even. So yeah, you might need to plan that tee time around the rain chances. Heavy rain pushes in for tomorrow as well. Not a lot of tee times starting on time as we go throughout our Wednesday, with even a chance for heavy rain moving in. Sunny and comfortable by Thursday. Now's the time to get those golf outings scheduled for Thursday and Friday. Satellite and radar showing this cold front. It is moving into the northwestern portion of the state, but it's a large one extending all the way into Canada, to the southern states as well. Satellite and radar showing where these showers pretty isolated, pretty thin, closer to central Iowa, and farther north is where you're seeing the bulk of the heavier rainfall, and even that's where we're seeing these thunderstorms leading to some areas a quarter of an inch, half an inch, especially north of Highway 20. Still dealing with rain over Fort Dodge, moving out towards Webster City on their way to Iowa Falls as well. Hampton, you've already seen some rain. Looks like more is headed your direction from Clarion, Belmont area. As we look farther south there, right along Highway 30 over Boone, a thunderstorm isolated that direction, wrapping up in Ogden, but not quite done potentially yet, with more rain off to the west. And then down to the south of there into the western portion of Dallas County still. Not moving very quickly, but not too slow to worry about any heavy rain heading up down this direction, especially with how isolated it is. Very light rain, Corning, Greenfield to Creston, still seeing an isolated shower that direction as well. Future Track throughout the rest of the morning. I want to call out that even Future Track not doing a great job of picking up on the rainfall that's going on in parts of central Iowa. Yes, it's isolated, but still not doing a great job of picking that up. So keep that in mind. These aren't exact models. They do their best, and they usually do a good job, but when it comes to those finer details, they usually can miss that. But they do continue to track a chance for rainfall as we go into the afternoon. But it's mainly late afternoon into the evening where we're going to continue to see these showers and storm chances, especially along and north of I-80. And then continuing into the overnight hours, we'll still have these rounds of heavy rain push over, and that will continue into our Wednesday as well, going to Wednesday afternoon. Now, central and southern Iowa seeing the bulk of the rainfall going in later day on Wednesday. So how much rain can we expect? Well, we are going to be looking at around half an inch to about an inch and a half over a good chunk of the state. And as we get into the next 24 to 48 hours, we could see those start to climb around 2, even possibly streaks of 3 to 4 inches of rainfall, and that can lead to some ponding, especially if they line up over urban developed areas. So we are going to see that potential, which is why Wednesday is going to be a weather impact day. Thursday, Friday, we dry things out. Temperatures mid to low 80s, but don't get used to those cooler temperatures for too long, because we're right back into the 90s for the weekend.